starts by being able to knock off many rough edges. We'll continue reviewing the basics of verb tenses. Now, let's take a look at the present perfect. Please check lesson 8 for the details of this tense. I'm only going to give here the examples. Structure. Affirmative. Example. I have bought a new book. Negative. She hasn't come home yet. Question. Example. Have you seen them? Negative question. Haven't you seen them? Answers. Example. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Spanish equivalent tense, pretérito perfecto. It's not exactly the same, but it is similar, and it can be used as a reference for you to remember the English present perfect. Example. Yo ya he visto esa película. I have already seen that film. What is the past participle of a verb? A past participle is a form of the verb that is mainly used in perfect tenses. Example, I have studied a lot. He estudiado mucho. Passive voices. Example, the house was cleaned by a cleaning company. La casa fue limpiada por una empresa de limpieza. Adjectives. Example. The clean house looked like new. In the regular verbs, the past participle is the same as the past simple and ends in ed. Example. Work, infinitive. Worked, past tense. Worked, past participle. In the irregular verbs, the past participle is the third column of the irregular verb list. Example. Write, infinitive. Wrote, past tense. Written, past participle. In Spanish, the past participle usually ends in ado or ido, como trabajado, comido, or irregular forms such as visto or escrito. When do we use the present perfect? 1. When we want to speak about actions that have happened in the past but have present consequences or a connection to the present. Example, I have cut my finger. I can see the blood coming out. Present consequence. 2. When we want to speak about things that we did or didn't do in our life, experiences that we have or haven't had. Example, I have never been to Paris. Contractions. All persons except he, she, and it make the contraction with apostrophe and VE. Example, I've done it. You've seen it. For he, she, it, the contraction is apostrophe S. Example, she's done it. It's done. Rule. Remember, we don't use the present perfect with past references such as last month, last week, last weekend, yesterday, a year ago. In these cases, we have to use the past tense. Remember, in the present perfect, the third person, he, she, it, is formed with has, not with have. Try to remember this when you speak. Correct. Has she come? Incorrect. Have she come? The contraction of has is apostrophe s. She's gone. Ella se marchó. Don't confuse this apostrophe s with the contraction of the verb to be. Please go to chapter 5 of your audiobook now and listen to it at least 2 times. Then read it. As you'll see, I have highlighted the present perfect in purple. Listen and repeat the following sentences aloud. Mr. Isaacs has been very good to us. Mr. Isaacs has been very good to us. I have heard that there is a gentleman. I have heard that there is a gentleman. He still hasn't given his real name. He still hasn't given his real name. I have heard that you have a new friend. I have heard that you have a new friend. Why haven't you told me about him? Why haven't you told me about him? As there are not too many examples of the present perfect in chapter 5, I have gone over the previous chapters to check for other examples of these tense. Listen and repeat the following sentences aloud. Try to memorize them. It's the best you have done. It's the best you have done. It's the best I have ever done. It's the best I have ever done. I'm sure that you have had passions that have frightened you. I'm sure that you have had passions that have frightened you. Thoughts that have scared you. Thoughts that have scared you. And dreams that have shamed you. And dreams that have shamed you. You have posed better than ever. You have posed better than ever. I don't know what Harry has said. I don't know what Harry has said. I know you have believed it all. I know you have believed it all. I have promised to go with Lord Henry. I have promised to go with Lord Henry. To sum up, the present perfect is used. 1. When we want to speak about actions that have happened in the past but have present consequences or a connection to the present. Example, I have cut my finger. I can see the blood coming out. 2. Is also used when we want to speak about things that we did or didn't do in all our life, experiences we have or haven't had. Example, I have never been to Paris. Homework. Translate into English the sentences that are in Lesson 8. Once you have checked the answers and corrected your mistakes, repeat the sentences aloud in English and try to memorize them.